Hello there. The Leeds Manufacturing Festival is one of the biggest and best of its kind, a collection of events that brings together the region's manufacturers with young people, their parents, schools and colleges. This year's festival starts next Tuesday, February the 1st. Now, it's not just a few set pieces. The festival actually embraces a whole year's worth of outreach by individual companies seeking to spread the manufacturing word. To talk about this year's festival, I'm joined by Andrew Wright, chairman of textile manufacturers A.W. Hainsworth. He's also deputy chair of the Business Economy and Innovation Committee at the Leeds City Region Combined Authority. And Tracy Dawson, MD of Daletech Electronics. She's also chair of the Leeds Manufacturing Alliance, which organises the festival. Tracy, if I may, give us a brief overview of the festival, how long it's been running, what goes on.
The festival's been running for about 4 years, and we set it up in response to local manufacturers to try to introduce young people to our manufacturing sector and future-proof our sector. I absolutely love manufacturing and can't imagine why anybody else wouldn't either. So the intention was to go out to education settings and be able to give those settings information about our local companies and what is happening. We find that most education settings are unaware of the manufacturing that's going on in the Leeds City region, and we've been able to reach thousands of students. Equally, we've been able to introduce manufacturers to the next generation and to the education settings and show them the routes that are available through apprenticeships or through training or etc. And that's what we're about, this open communication and future-proofing our manufacturing sector.
Now, Andrew, you're giving the keynote at the opening event on Tuesday. What's going to be happening there and what will you be saying specifically?
Yeah, well, we'll be certainly building on what Tracy's just described there, describing what the festival involves and starting the process of engaging with the young people, the education institutions and also the employers. I will be introducing some of the things that are going to be happening, obviously, especially the Apprenticeship Fair, which is an event on the 2nd of February happening in the First Direct Arena. And I'll also be highlighting some of the challenges we have as manufacturers in Leeds, specifically how difficult it is to recruit people at the moment, and therefore what a good time it is for young people to think in terms of coming to manufacturing in Leeds. Historically, we're one of the oldest places in the world to be doing this, and in terms of the UK, it's still the best place to do manufacturing, and still with 140,000 people employed, one of the biggest and best areas to do manufacturing in the UK. So there's never been a better time to join. We're very anxious to meet young people, and my job next Monday will be to, or Tuesday will be to lay out the excitement of that and get people engaged with it.
We all know that nationally attracting young women into manufacturing is very difficult. Now, what's your experience from the previous year's festivals about how that succeeds or not at redressing that imbalance?
I think success would be probably too big a word, but we've certainly been able to redress that balance. And actually, at Daletech, we were able to take on a young female assembly worker, which is unheard of. We've actually got 3 now, so that's even better, and 2 are engineers. It's very difficult. When I've spoken to the young girls that we have taken on, they have told me that they just didn't think it was for them, that it's not the setting for them. So we're able to address that, and especially because I am female, that makes it easier. That makes me easier to for young women to understand what I'm talking about. Maybe I can relate to them a little bit better. And we found that just showing the breadth of careers that are available, it's not just about manufacturing. We have sales and marketing, finance, HR, health and safety, the whole range still comes under our umbrella of manufacturing.
Now, the event obviously has the full backing of the regional authority. How easy or hard was it to achieve such a close working relationship? And perhaps to be fair, could the Leeds Manufacturing Festival survive without that backing?
Yes, it could survive. I mean, this is really a manufacturers led festival. So the answer is it could survive. One of the reasons I think it's as strong as it is because the leadership does come from the manufacturing side. But on the other hand, it's not at all difficult, has never been difficult, to get the link with the local enterprise partnership and also the combined authority, because the objectives of the thing are completely aligned with what the local authorities are trying to do. Getting young people involved in manufacturing is one of our key objectives, really. And if you look at Mayor Tracy Brabin's promises before she became mayor, then promoting manufacturing and making good opportunities for young people in manufacturing was one of the things that she wanted to particularly work hard on during her time as mayor. And we have a manufacturing task force, which Tracy and myself are involved with, which is moving that forward. So clearly, having manufacturers leading a festival that's about involving and engaging young people is absolutely superb for that objective.
Well, Tracy, the festival is one of the top of its kind, if not the top in the country. What's the magic sauce that makes it work so well? Why are you succeeding at this?
I think Andrew touched on it, because we are manufacturers, because it comes from a passion, because we're aware that we have to future-proof our sector. In the Leeds City region, it's more difficult because we don't have one big name, if you like. We don't have Rolls-Royce or BA, but we do have over 2,000 manufacturing companies employing nearly 30,000 people. So we are a big employment opportunity, and we just need to be able to engage with young people to show them that we are there and we are looking for young people and we want them to be part of us.
Well, if I can ask both of you finally, Andrew, what would you say to manufacturers in other areas who are keen to emulate the Leeds Manufacturing Festival's success?
Look for that leadership from the manufacturing side. Obviously incorporate the educational establishments and the local authorities, but every bit of leadership that can be offered from the manufacturing side, and particularly the opening up of factories and other settings where manufacturing is done, so that young people particularly, can see what manufacturing is like these days. I think that everybody is interested in that. Even people who perhaps don't necessarily want to work in manufacturing are interested to have a look. And it's surprising, if people come around, they're usually pretty impressed by what they see. To be involved in manufacturing in the UK now is a really, really tough ask. And the people who do it are superbly good at what they do. In other areas in the UK, I'm sure manufacturers will be proud to show what they've got and people will be impressed to see it.
Tracy, I think that's a really important point Andrew made about the fact that throughout the year, manufacturers in the Leeds City region are opening their doors, inviting young people, parents, schools, colleges in to see manufacturing firsthand. That is a brilliant thing to do. And I suspect if you are going to offer advice to manufacturers around the UK, doing that is not a bad start.
Absolutely, and the pandemic showed us the way to be able to use a hybrid solution. So we're able to video our factories and show them to a much wider audience. So despite COVID, we were able to reach over 10,000 students. Now, I'm not saying that's the total way to go, because I truly believe that coming into a building and being able to see young people, for example, at the apprenticeship fair face to face is more effective. But if we're able to, as you quite rightly said, Andrew, most companies, we want young people in. We want them to come and see us. We want them to see how manufacturing has changed and what the future looks like for us.
Well, that's absolutely a fantastic manifesto you've got there. I do hope other manufacturers in other parts of the UK listening to this, watching this, or watching what goes on in Leeds next week, the week after, and throughout the rest of 2022 will take thoroughly on board. Andrew and Tracy, thank you very much indeed for being with us. This has been a special report from Manufacturing TV. I'm Nick Peters. Goodbye for now.